Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to Peculiar Vision. And today we're going to be talking about writing a book. But before we do that, why don't you at the bottom of your screen hit the like and subscribe button if you have been enjoying all of the content you've been hearing, as well as hit the notification bell to let you know when more content is being released. While you're at it, why don't you head over to Amazon.com and you can get my book 1111 An Austere Awakening, Regathering the People, as well as Eschatologically Enigmatic, Unveiling the End Time Mystery. Both of these literary resources will be a benefit and an addition to your spiritual library. So we're going to be talking a little bit about writing a book. And so some of the things that a lot of people have challenges with beginning to write a book or write anything in general is gathering your thoughts and ideas. So one of the most important things, a lot of people would like to write books and write journals, write logs, all kinds of entries, data entries. And one of the challenging things is to begin to gather your ideas. So we're going to look at here one way in which you can gather. There are a plethora of ways you can utilize to begin to gather your thoughts and ideas. Yet we're going to look at one particular way, a very, very, very simple way that you can begin to gather your ideas, your thoughts, and get ready to jot them down so that you can begin your writing process. So one of the things that I like to use, or I have used in the past in some of my writing entries, is to begin to draw out my idea of what I want to be talking about. So I'm going to, right here in the middle of this circle, I'm going right in the middle of this whiteboard, I'm going to add a circle here like so. I'm going to expand that just a little bit because I want this particular circle is going to be my main idea. So in this particular circle, I'll grab some text and I'll put in this particular circle. Let's talk about, just for the sake of this video here, let's talk about grass, right? Let's have grass a different color. Let's have the grass red. Okay, so we're going to talk about grass today. Along with the grass here, what I'll also talk about is I will add, let's add a line here, is I'll add a line out here, and then I will begin to have a smaller circle out here on the outside. Let's expand that. Okay, and I'll draw another circle. Let's go ahead and draw all of our circles. Let's get 4 ideas. Okay, so we'll get about 4 ideas that will coincide with or go along with the idea of grass. So I'll grab my circles and I'll begin to make these circles connect here to my line like so. Let's put a circle right here. And so in these circles, in these exterior circles, I want to talk about the various components or parts of grass. So let's get another color text here. Let's get orange. Well, orange is so close. Let's get dark, what we use in blue. Let's get pink. How about that? We'll just use some purple. Okay, let's use this particular purple. So inside my little circle here, I'll have color. Okay, color. We'll talk about the color of the grass because the color of grass can diversify depending on the season. It can be bright green in the spring and summertime, and then toward the end of summer, fall, it can be various shades of brown. So we can talk about the different color of grass. We can talk about seeds, what kind of seeds we need to grow particular grass. And then we can also talk about glucose, which is a particular sugar that is needed to grow our grass. And we also can talk about sunlight because sunlight will also help us to grow our grass. This begins our platform to get our ideas jogging about the main subject that we want to talk about. Our main subject today is talking about grass. But now that we have these sub points or sub subjects, we can now expound upon this particular topic of grass. We can talk about the grass's color. We can talk about the seeds because there are different types of seeds that can go to grass. We can talk about the sugary substance that allows the grass to grow. We can also talk about sunlight, which is necessary. And we can also put some other, if you would like to have other subdivisions and subpoints, you can extend this as well. We could have water and the necessities of water to assist with our sunlight to help the grass to grow. We can also add subtitles even to these particular subdivisions, such as the color, you can and the seeds and the sunlight and the glucose, all making up a particular topic that we can build on to make a full idea and thought. Let's go ahead and look at it from this particular point. This is another way we can write it out the same way, talking about the same points. We're talking about an outline. So you can create yourself an outline. An outline will begin with the introduction. So you can write out you an introduction. So we can have here at the top of our screen, we can have our outline. So this is a different way and format of writing out what you want your ideas to look like before you begin to formulate your pages and your authorship to your initial book or whatever book or journal you're trying to, whatever writing you're trying to complete. The outline will come with an introduction. So that'll be your beginning statements that you will get started working on. We'll talk about, it may have a thesis statement in there. I would like to put that there. So that a statement that's basically going to summarize, tell what your whole work and literary work is about. We'll talk about a thesis statement. Then you'll get into your topic and your theme, which is grass, right? Because that's what we're talking about. Then you'll get into the color of grass. And so under the color of grass, you can talk about the various. So these are your subdivisions or your subpoints that I was mentioning on the other diagram. This one here is, as you can see, laid out where you can see various greens would be like A. B would be various browns. And then if you want to even further divide them under various greens, you could have a transitional piece that could add to that using other various colors. Okay, and then you're going to have, as a matter of fact, a tie and a link transitional statement that will go in between the color and the seed portion. Under the seed portion, you might want to say it talk about the year-round green seeds that you can utilize and buy from stores. Also, they have seasonal grass seeds that they turn different colors during the season. Brown during the fall and they're plush green during the winter. During the summer and then the spring. And then we can talk about, we'll use another transitional statement in between them. We can talk about glucose. Glucose is the sugary substance, and also it's the color. It's a white color, and so you can talk about those particular things as well in your expansion of your topic on grass. And you talk lastly about sunlight. In between there, you'll put a transition in between glucose and to sunlight, transitional sentence statement. And we'll talk about lots of sunlight and minimal sunlight. What happens? What are the effects? If you have a lot of sunlight, if you don't have enough sunlight, UV light, you can talk about various rays that come from the sun that causes the growth of the particular plant, grass, with the UV rays. So those are some very important things that you can utilize. This is another way that you can utilize an outline when you're jotting your thoughts together and getting things ready for your writing of whatever literary piece that you're designing. Hey, if you're enjoying all the content that you're hearing, as well as all that you've heard before, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen? And we'll see you next time on Peculiar Vision.